If you're experiencing pain along the outside of your elbow and you're wondering whether it's tennis elbow, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll explain the most common signs and symptoms of tennis elbow, where the pain is typically felt, and how to tell whether your symptoms fit the pattern of this condition. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of what tennis elbow usually feels like and why pain on the outside of the elbow isn't always coming from the tendon alone. Tennis elbow can present very differently from person to person. Some people experience a single episode that resolves within a few weeks, while others develop symptoms that gradually worsen over the course of several months, or continue to come and go over time. The severity of symptoms often depends on how much stress continues to be placed on the injured tendon, and whether the tendon is given enough time and the appropriate amount of loading to recover. In my experience as a physical therapist, tennis elbow can range from a mild ache along the outside of the elbow to severe pain that significantly interferes with work, sports, and everyday activities. Over the years, I've treated patients who struggle to lift a coffee mug, squeeze a bottle of shampoo, turn a doorknob, shake someone's hand, or even pinch a clothespin because of the pain. The discomfort is most commonly felt over the bony prominence on the outside of the elbow, known as the lateral epicondyle. However, because the muscles involved in tennis elbow travel back down the forearm, many people also experience aching, tightness, or tenderness that extends into the forearm. This is a very common pattern and does not necessarily mean you've injured a nerve. One of the hallmark symptoms of tennis elbow is pain with gripping or lifting activities, especially when your wrist is extended or moved in an upward position. Simple tasks like carrying groceries, pouring a gallon of milk, using a screwdriver, lifting a frying pan, picking up a child, opening jars, turning keys, or even using a computer mouse for long periods of time can become surprisingly painful. Another important point to understand is that pain on the outside of the elbow isn't always coming from the tendon alone. Research has shown that the neck, shoulder, and nervous system can all influence symptoms. Some people with tennis elbow also demonstrate weakness or reduced endurance in the shoulder and shoulder blade muscles, altered movement patterns, or increased sensitivity of the radial nerve. Others have irritation of the cervical nerve roots, particularly C6 and C7, which contribute to the radial nerve. When these structures become irritated, they can increase sensitivity throughout the arm and sometimes mimic or contribute to pain around the elbow. This doesn't mean that everyone with tennis elbow has a pinched nerve in their neck. It simply means that a thorough evaluation should include the neck, shoulder, and upper extremity rather than focusing only on the elbow itself. Posture may also influence symptoms. Spending long periods of time with your head forward, shoulders rounded, and arms positioned in front of your body may place additional stress on the muscles and nerves that travel down into the arm. While poor posture isn't considered a direct cause of tennis elbow, improving posture and restoring normal movement throughout the neck, shoulder, and upper back may reduce unnecessary stress and strain on the upper extremity and improve symptoms for some people with tennis elbow. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: pain on the outside of your elbow doesn't always mean the tendon isn't the only structure involved. That's why the best rehabilitation programs don't just treat the elbow. They evaluate and address the entire upper extremity. The good news is, regardless of how your symptoms began, the vast majority of people improve with conservative treatment. A well-designed rehabilitation program addresses not only the tendon itself, but also strength, flexibility, movement quality, and a gradual return to activity. In the next video, we'll discuss what you should realistically expect during recovery, including how long tennis elbow typically takes to improve, why flare-ups are normal, and how to tell whether you're making meaningful progress.